Welcome to AlphaCars and Ural motorcycles. My name is Dimitri, and today we're going to check out a really cool bike. It's a Ural CT, and this is the bike that is quite special. The CT model is quite special. This bike is very special. The CT is a single-wheel drive bike, and for those of you that don't know Ural, Ural is famous for their two-wheel drive system. And the CT is a single-wheel drive. So let's look at a couple of cool differences in this bike in particular. So usually with the Ural motorcycle, you will have the two-wheel drive system, and it kind of looks like this. So you have this drive shaft that is connected to the final drive, and it's on demand, so there's a lever, and you can engage and disengage the two-wheel drive system. So with the CT, you don't have that. You have a single-wheel drive. And believe it or not, there are some benefits because, number one, CT is lower to the ground. It's a little bit wider because it uses a different sidecar frame. For those of you that know Ural Retro model, Retro Classic and Retro M70, those were also lower to the ground and slightly wider sidecar frame. So those two characteristics contribute to a better handling around the turns. Also, the CT comes with the 18-inch wheels versus 19-inch wheels. And it also comes with more of the road tire like this. It's a quieter, better grip on the pavement. So if you don't think you're going to need two-wheel drive system for low traction situations like going off-road, going through heavy snow, you can still be in the snow, believe it or not, in a single-wheel drive and still move around. And certainly mud and brooks and all kinds of terrain like that. If you just want to be on the pavement, CT is an awesome choice. And right now there's extremely limited availability. So check with us if this bike is still available. And right now we cannot even order. Hopefully it will change soon, but right now we cannot even order brand new CTs from the factory. So this particular one, as I'm doing this video, it is available. It's 2017 model year, and this bike has less than 3,000 miles, 2,733 miles at the time of this video. And we sold this bike when it was brand new. So this bike is finished in bronze metallic, which was introduced in 2016 in a limited production bike. We actually have it right here, and it was called Ambassador. So this is the Ambassador of 2016. This bike will also be available pretty soon, and this is the color that was introduced in this limited edition, limited production series, Ambassador. So this CT is finished in this color. It's a beautiful color. It doesn't matter how good your screen is and my camera, but it will not give it justice. You have to see it in person. So this bike is incredibly clean cosmetically, and we went through all the service points that needed to be done, not to mention all the maintenance was done prior, but we just completed comprehensive inspection with the follow-up services that were recommended by our technician, which included the clearance, valve clearance adjustment, throttle body synchronization, and adjustment of the brakes, adjustment of the cables, and a full detailing of the bike. This was all done. This bike also has some really cool accessories. As you can see right away, it has shin guards. It has the windscreen. Between those two, you will get an awesome protection from the wind and even from the rain. The CT did not come with a spare wheel. That was a pretty expensive add-on, and this bike was, I'm not sure if it was ordered this way for the original owner. And by the way, this bike only had one owner. We sold it to the gentleman, and he contacted us because his lifestyle has changed, so he's not riding his Ural. And the spare wheel and luggage rack right here comes with this bike. It also has the couple of goodies on the steering bar. You have the Ram heavy-duty device mount, and right next to it, you have the waterproof dual power USB connector. And I love this accessory. This one is Atlas throttle lock. Check this out. It works phenomenal. What else do we have here? We have Sidecar LED driving lights and the Sidecar front bumper to protect the sidecar and to allow to mount these lights. Let's look at that. And of course, this bike, in addition to the custom color we talked about, the Ambassador bronze metallic, it does come with the black powder coated drivetrain and an engine guard. We have a total of close to $3,300 in replacement cost of additional accessories. And to finish off that list, we do have the engine guard. Check this out. It's a pretty substantial bar that protects the cylinder on the left side, and the right cylinder is obviously protected with the sidecar itself. And the overall replacement cost in 2017, prices went up now, but back in 2017, this would have been a little over $19,000 before the setup and assembly and any additional fees. So it'd be close to $20,000 to set up this bike in 2017. It is a lot more now if we can even order the CT these days. So definitely a great opportunity to buy an awesome, well-maintained, great-looking CT with phenomenal extras and options. So here are a couple of the underbody views. You can see everything is nice and clean. Condition of rims, tires are very nice because it's got, again, as I said, it's got just under 3,000 miles, and the rear tire, also known as a pusher tire, is in great condition. Obviously, you have a brand new spare that if I was doing tire rotation, I would actually at some point put the brand new spare on the rear of the bike, and I would put the rear tire of the bike before it gets completely worn on the sidecar. And what else do we have here? I think we're getting pretty close to covering all the extras. It does have the sidecar windshield. It has the tonneau cover. Very comfortable seat. If you've never been in a sidecar, and if you get into a Ural, you'd be like, wow, this is awesome. This is almost like my car. But if you've been to a sidecar of any kind other than Ural, you would be like, wow, this is day and night. We have one of the trade-ins. It's right here. I actually love this little bike, but you can see the difference in the sidecar. This one, and this is also on the roomy side, but you don't have an easy entry point. It is, the seat is not contoured. It's a lot narrow. There's no footrest, and there are many things that it lacks, including a decent cargo and a few other things. But yeah, Ural is quite special from that regard. So let's walk around this bike. It's a beautiful machine. We're going to start it in just a moment. And we will not go riding. I wish I could, but it's, well, I don't have the right gear for the weather. It's very, very cold today. But believe me, when you take the Ural out for a ride, you don't want to come back quickly. You want to keep riding. Okay, so let's turn the ignition on. We're going to go to 12 o'clock. And then we have, actually, I think our technician ridden the bike, so right now at the time of this video, it has 2,748 miles. And we're gonna start the bike. We wanna make sure we're neutral, which we are. Sorry, my finger slipped off the switch. It runs nice and smooth. Very, very quiet. Nice sound from the exhaust. Yeah, phenomenal condition of this bike. Of course, this bike was ridden in the nice weather only. And no signs of abuse. In fact, I personally spoke with and know the previous owner, and I know how well he took care of this bike. Very, very good care of this bike. So while the bike is running and warming up, we're gonna pop the trunk. Ural has massive, massive trunk. And we have the toolkit right here. It's a complete toolkit. We do have, what else do we have here? We have the owner's manuals. Yeah, and the Ural owner's manuals are quite complete. It's more than the owner's manual. It's actually more of like a shop manual, because you get, check this out, you get everything from the maintenance procedures, of course your maintenance charts, your wiring schematics. It's pretty much everything you need to maintain and service your bike. So that's all good. And the complete tool set includes a lot of extras. Let's see what we have with this used bike. Make sure we have everything. Yeah, you've got your typical wrenches. In fact, you have one extra Craftsman in addition to Ural wrenches, specialty wrench, spark plug wrench, pliers, screwdriver, and you have the tire irons right here. Let's see, make sure they're there. You also get a set of gloves, yeah, and a nice tire irons. So I'll put this away and let's get to the engine. It's just warming up a little bit, but definitely enough temperature to give it a little bit RPM. Yeah, good running engine, very good running engine. Look at the condition of the drivetrain. I'm actually going to turn this off because I'm inside the showroom. So look at all the controls. We have the reverse gear lever. This is to put it in reverse. In fact, it is in reverse now. And this here will put it back in neutral. Here's your foot brake, which is tied to your sidecar hydraulic system, and obviously to the rear wheel of the bike. Then you have the front brake, and the brakes are awesome on Ural. They are Brembo brakes. You can see in the front, 4-piston caliper, floating rotor, exceptional performance. Floating rotor in the sidecar, and fixed rotor in the rear, heavy duty caliper with integrated parking brake. And the parking brake you can engage and disengage easily. Nicely adjusted by our technician, by the way. The seat on the CT is very, very comfortable, and you can certainly, if you need the extra seating in the back, all you need to is go on our Ural e-store, uralne.com, and as new as England, uralne.com, and you will see hundreds of Ural specific accessories. There is a kit for the rear seating, and it's basically you can either go with a bench seat, enduro, or 2-up bench seats. We have 2 options, or you can go tractor style solo seats, front and rear, and foot packs. Let me see if I can show you those. Yeah. So this bike right here, this one has the Enduro seat, and you'd buy that, and you'd buy the foot pegs. For that bike, you already have the side handles. They already installed on that bike. And this is the option with the 2 tractor style seats. Both options are awesome. I like this one because it enhances the vintage look of the bike. Well, we're gonna wrap this up for this bike. It's an awesome machine, and you will have more fun on pavement and some dirt roads too, for that matter, in this bike, because it is lower to the ground and handles much better on the turns. So thank you for viewing this video from AlphaCars and Ural Motorcycles. My name is Dimitri, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and please let us know which videos you like the best.